So then we now go to the Values Voters Summit, and the Values Voters Summit has been the site of a number of completely outrageous statements over the last few days that we've talked about on the show. They had Louis Gohmert at the Values Voters Summit implying that John McCain is a terrorist because he was simply telling basic truths about the government shutdown. Michelle Bachmann called Obamacare death care and said that the police state is on the horizon. Black Republican Dr. Ben Carson called Obamacare the worst thing since slavery. And Republican Senator Mike Lee from Utah said conservatives haven't been focusing enough on the family. That's all been from the Values Voters Summit. And to kind of put the cherry on top at the Values Voters Summit, Glenn Beck did a little routine where he talked about gays in Nazi concentration camps. And this was kind of like a weird history lesson of sorts from Glenn Beck. You know how he likes to do these history lessons, sometimes writing on a chalkboard, sometimes with like a 4-way split screen, all of different angles of Glenn Beck's face. We're all familiar with that shot, Lewis. This was at the Values Voters Summit. And as many people know, the Nazis used these colored triangles to indicate what group a prisoner who was likely to die, obviously, belonged to. And the most well-known might be outside of the yellow triangle, which was for Jews, was the pink triangle, which indicated that the prisoner was suspected of being gay or a homosexual lesbian. And Glenn Beck kind of, I don't know that he joked about it, but he referred to the pink, asked what the certain color triangle is, the purple triangle. And then someone from the crowd yelled, gay. And then Glenn Beck says, no, not gay, that was pink. And the entire crowd laughs. I'm going to play it for you. I don't really get what's funny about not knowing which color triangle was the one that gay people were tagged with before being exterminated. Watch this.
The other star that I have, I'm sorry to say I left it backstage, is purple. Does anybody know what the purple triangle was? No, not gay. That was pink. Brown was gypsy. Black was anarchist. Purple, Bible scholar. If you knew anything about the Bible, you were an enemy of the state.
So I don't know, Lewis. Did the mostly religious right, Christian, evangelical conservatives in the audience find the prospect of 15,000 gay people being murdered by Hitler's thugs during the Holocaust amusing? I mean, how do you break out in laughter? What's the benign explanation for why people laugh when Glenn Beck says this?
I don't know. Maybe the whole just speech was this lighthearted, humorous thing, and that was just kind of I don't know, in the middle of it. It's bad timing, inconvenient. I'm not really sure, but I really doubt that was the case, because usually speeches like this from Glenn Beck are not funny at all.
No, they're never funny. The laughter in these is kind of an odd thing. And by the way, if we step back for a second here from layer one, which is the gay triangles and laughing at gay people dying, what Glenn Beck was actually trying to say was also just completely false, right? Glenn Beck said that the purple triangle meant that you were a Bible expert, and that meant that you had to be killed. It's actually not true. The purple triangle was Jehovah's Witnesses, not simply people who understood or were Bible scholars. So it's not even, the point he's trying to make is not even true. But, I guess there's not much to be surprised about here, given how the entire weekend went at the Values Voter Summit. At this point, I'm not really surprised by this. Now, there's one last piece I want to mention here. And our friend John Becker wrote about this on the Bellerico Project. He said that perhaps the most revealing moment of Glenn Beck's 50-minute rant came when he whipped out a binder full of concentration camp badges from his collection of Nazi memorabilia. Yes, Glenn Beck has an extensive collection of Nazi memorabilia. Let that sink in for a minute. John Becker saying that he found this to be the most disgusting element of Glenn Beck's speech. Who collects Nazi memorabilia and then also gets a laugh referring to the pink triangles, but meant no harm at all? It's just, what a combination of facts here.
things like this coming to us from Glenn Beck never really surprised me anymore. The guy's a complete lunatic, and it's just really more of the same.
Or he's just a really good actor, and he's come up with stuff to say that makes people give him money, millions of dollars a year.
That could be it, too. That also would not surprise me.
Okay, join us on Facebook, facebook.com/David Pakman Show. And also listen to us on your mobile phone. Download the Stitcher application on Android or iPhone. I have it. I've been using Stitcher quite a bit lately on my rides to the subway. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Not listening to this show, of course, but listening to other shows. And you can get the David Pakman Show on Stitcher. We'll take a break. We will talk about the teen girl Daisy Coleman, who was shunned by her community after alleging that she had been raped. It's an incredible story. Anonymous is getting involved. That is next.